Hey everyone, welcome back. Another episode. Roll 'em if you got 'em. I'm Carl, as always. I'm joined with Dakota,
Hello, everybody.
and we have a special guest today. Good friend of mine and friend of the show, Rusco, over here.
Hello.
He is the DM for the Die Inspired channel. Go over there, check that out. We'll throw links down below to their channel too. Um, we're gonna do a video on the way that we've been rolling our character stats for some time now. 3 years, Dakota, probably.
3 years, yeah. I think the probably past like three campaigns for sure. I think this is how we've done it.
Yeah. Um, Simple, but we found a way to add kind of a high stakes sort of wrinkle here, just to add a little credibility to the process, so we can get his thoughts afterwards. Rusco, about how long have you been playing Dungeons and Dragons?
I started somewhere around the 2000 2001 New Year's. Can't remember if it was the fall of 2000 or if it was like the spring of 2001. So roughly 23 years is being in.
We were in first grade. Um, okay, so he's probably seen some different ways to do characters over the years, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we didn't have character sheets. We just had like college ruled paper and crayons. Some of the stuff
I
used
mean,
to be cold.
that doesn't change much.
Like we used like a feather.
Yeah. Dude, that would actually, like, you get forever inspiration if you show up to the table with a feather. All right. So the way we're going to do this, everyone's going to roll a d4, and that's going to tell you how many times you get to roll your stats. So we're rolling real life, but we'll record here on the sheets what we get, and you guys can just fill in underneath your names there on what you got on your d3. All right. So everyone roll your d4 and then put it in the kind of gray box there underneath of your name.
Before I gotta. Did I do that right?
Are you on the spreadsheet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, there it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Two and two. Okay,
Yeah, you gotta go
so
to the next box, I think.
Mm.
two, two, three, two. All right, so that's how many times you get to roll your stats.
Okay.
Now, they're take it or leave it. You're gonna roll your 46, drop the lowest. You're gonna do that 6 times. You get that block of stats, take it or leave it. If you move on, you don't get to go back to those stats. Now, um, I have a bunch of tens in there just as placeholders for the layout, but I'll change those as we go. So everyone roll your first 6 stats here. 46, drop the lowest, the usual. Oh, that's a 10. 13. Ooh. And I'm going to gray these out just to avoid any confusion. And then just to keep track of everything, lower your D4 number by 1.
Copy.
Showing that you used one of your sets of stats. All right, so um, like we said, take it or leave it here. You can keep these stats, or you could roll again, but you risk your next set of stats being your only set of stats here. Um, so let's say I wanted to keep these numbers. I got a 16. Like, I'm gonna roll with that. I have 2 rolls left. I basically put those in a pool. and then you guys can use those rolls as extra gambles, if you will, to kind of roll your stats here. Anything
Okay,
that
so
doesn't get used gets saved for later in the campaign when you make new characters, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
okay, so you have 2 rolls left. If you decide to roll again, could I then pick your set of stats that you just rolled?
Nope, my stats are my stats.
I got you.
So
Mhm.
I'd probably keep my 16. No, I have a 5 though.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
How'd you roll a 5? There's 4 dice, man.
1 1 2 2. And there's no floor, there's no ceiling, none of that. So I would re-roll again.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I'm gonna re-roll again. I mean, all I got is a very adequate farmer, right?
yeah, yeah. Dakota, re-rolling.
I mean, yeah, I'd probably re-roll because I mean, I'm not.
All right. So then
Yeah,
you
I'd go
guys
for.
would
I'd just do it.
very possibly be take it or leave it on this next set of stats.
Very, very possibly, yeah.
All right, full send. All right, we're not starting on the right track here.
Oop, put it in the wrong pile.
And then I have 1 roll left if I want it. You guys are both on your potentially final rolls. But I like this because of the decent chance that you do have a rather bad stat. And I think those are always fun for RP. To just your character just has something that they're absolute dog water at.
So am I not doing this right?
No, you're.
You're good. Just hit,
Okay.
just
11.
type in a new number, hit enter.
Comes the
Yep.
triple sixes. This one's better.
All right. So these ones I probably would take. I got 3 15s, and with only having one opportunity left, like I would keep these. So then, um, if either one of you were keeping yours, then um, you just have what you have, and then that third person would have the opportunity to use my last one if they wanted to, or if you guys both wanted to re-roll, then you would basically we'd probably have them do like a d20 for whoever gets the
Roll
higher
off.
number gets the re-roll, and then whoever doesn't gets their stats here.
I
Um,
mean, I would definitely re-roll if the option was on the table. What do you? What about you, Dakota?
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, I probably would just for it'd be for game's sake. I don't have anything like that. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just a
Yeah.
little bit better than
so
normal.
then you guys would d20 for a roll off here, and then we'd have no extra stats in the pool for later in the campaign,
Oh,
because when you make a new character, you roll a new d4, those go in, but you might get a 1, and then those characters, those are your Geronimos. That person's just going to throw that character into every cautious situation and be like, I want a new character. All right, d20s.
Yeah, I just nat 20 that.
I got a 4.
Ooh. So then, yep, Rusco he'd have these stats here, and Dakota would get to go again. Dakota, you want to do it just for fun?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Go
Yeah.
ahead and roll them one more time.
13. That one stays the same.
The 2 3 2 on the d4s led to kind of a little more average interaction, honestly, than what we would normally get. Because normally you get one person with a 1, you get one person with a 4, and then you get a couple other people sort of hang out in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh.
he's looking good so far. Is that a good O or a bad O?
Ooh,
That's a good
good.
O.
That was actually a 22 total. Oh,
Wow.
that's it. That was a bad O. That one was bad.
5.
I hope so.
Yeah.
7?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
tough stat.
between the three of us, we have 4 single-digit numbers. That's kind of impressive.
Yeah.
We are gonna be a hell of a group of farmers.
I'm,
But yeah, that's it. And then the DM would just keep track that there are no rolls in the pool for when someone does die. Then they would roll a new D4, which like I rolled a 1. That person they just get to roll their stats one time.
So let's say this character died, right?
mhm.
Yes.
Just for fun,
Mm-hmm.
just so I can clarify here. So I delete these out. Okay. Then so I roll a d4 again,
Yep.
and I got a 3.
There you go. So when
So
you're
that's a
making this new character, you would have 3 rolls at this, but it's still roll a set, take it or leave it.
okay. So if I take this set, if I take the first set, then whoever dies next
Would have
2 of mine.
a chance at 2 more. Yes.
2 plus D4. D4 plus 2.
So
Okay.
So you
So
take your first set every time, get your character killed like 10 times, and then you go into the pool and you got like 40 chances at a good set of stats. It's playing the long
Yeah.
game. All right, 15, 13. Starting good.
So you just start the campaign and commit character suicide right at the beginning.
No, you just play an extra heroic character. You just go around and start punching everyone. Be like, let's see who's got it.
Guy, oops. This person is pretty average.
Okay.
Actually, no, I mean above average, I guess is the right word.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a keeper.
What's that last one there? Hit enter. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very
Now,
very well rounded character.
Yeah, I don't have that negative.
Mhm.
What's that negative 2 there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that last character. They had a negative.
That's the good old charisma stat gonna kick in right there.
Yeah.
Terrible if you were a bard or a
Right.
sorcerer or a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Rusco, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, that's clever. I mean, the 46 dropped the lowest. That's pretty basic, pretty common. But there's a little bit of teamwork aspect with the D4s.
Mm-hmm.
So now, okay, so let's say somebody rolls a 1 and they get stuck with just a bummer character, 10s across the board, and everybody else gets 4s. And so their next character, something to be excited about, right? Like, wait, we've got like 8 new rolls in the in the pool.
Well, if those roles are still in the pool, they can use those roles when making their first character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you wouldn't inherently get stuck with that one. If the other guys roll, 1 or 2, and then they're like, cool, I'm gonna keep these, then they're putting 2 in that pool that people can soak up right then and there. And we've basically always said, like, listen, if there's rolls in the pool, you can't be mad at anyone for using them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if they got whatever, they might be an 18 chaser. I'm guilty of that. Stats aren't stats without an 18 in them.
I think the last time me and I think when we played, one of us like we rolled our character well right off the rip, and we rolled a 4, and then Carl kept rolling like 14s, and he's like, these are good, but they're not great. And then he's like, I'm just gonna keep hunting for getting like an 18.
Yeah.
And he used like 6 rolls, which were all like, all right, whatever, like do it.
I got one.
Yep.
I got one. Got to start with a 20 Constitution.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I like it. It's a little bit, just a little bit different way of doing things. How many people do you usually have in this pool?
What do we ever have?
Mm,
4, 5?
I think
we
in
had
our current
we had 4, and then we picked up a 5th player later. Our current campaign.
the past last campaign before that, when we were in Icewind Dale, when I'm remembering, it was I think 6 when we started. Didn't we use it on Icewind Dale? I think we did.
We used it on Icewind Dale. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we had 5 or 6, at least when we rolled up.
You could quite a few extra rolls for
Yeah.
somebody. Right. Yes. All right. Well, Rusco, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. And if anyone watching this has questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below, and we can get them answered. We don't get that many comments. Not famous yet. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Bye.